Vehicle selected. Please visit us again. Goodbye.
Trading Tuesday, my friends. We are a little bit earlier than usual, and we know we missed last Tuesday because we had a lot of stuff to do IRL. But today we are back, and today is basically some sort of clean the house action, because rumors say that on Wednesday or maybe Thursday will be patch drop Star Citizen Alpha 4.9, and that means that we will lose, or would lose, all our commodities, and that is a big no-no. We are not quite ready yet everywhere. We need to check the stream if everything is working okay. Looking good. Yeah. Sounds good, looking good. We should be at Seraphim. Seraphim Station. We came back from Pyro, cleaning up Shepherd's Rest. We had some difficulties over there. Player interactions was kind of fun, but it was the wrong time. Oh, it's a little bit loud here. At least, yeah, a little bit better. We had some interactions with other players. And where's the Ursa? And that made us a little bit more, what should we say? Not that we were afraid or something. Okay, look at that, empty boxes. Why do we have empty boxes? In general, we should have sold all. What is that? Yeah. We should have sold all these little green ones. We go to the terminal, command terminal, to verify if we really sold all the boxes. Because usually we come from Pyro, Cruel 4, Seraphim, and after Seraphim there should be no small boxes anymore. We have Neon loaded, so we are not quite sure if we should go to Hurston Reclamation because of the fresh food. Probably will do that just for the sake of distance, although we could go to Bryos. That would be close from Seraphim, but always a little bit risky. So he's streaming. YouTube says excellent, Twitch says excellent, all good. What the heck? Ooh, store the ship. Do we need to store the ship? We will see. Yeah, sometimes it's a little bit difficult. Sometimes on some shards we can land in New Babbage on the planetary surface. We do not need to store the ship. We do not need to go to the hangar. We can store the ship over there where the domes are, and then we can sell directly out of the ship. That is basically what was being the use case back in the days before they implemented the freight elevators. Yeah, so we need to go to Microtech anyways for the Sunset Paris and Dimensium. So we will go to we go to Microtech first. getting rid of the mentum, getting rid of sunset berries, and then go to what is the Devlin scrap yards to sell the neon, and then go back to Hurston for the fresh food. And when we are going for the fresh food, we also have some boxes of fresh foods at Caltech. That boxes we couldn't retrieve because of the elevator bug. So that would be something that we need to verify as soon as the patch drops. If CIG finally made it after 2 years, fix their elevator bullshit. Yeah, as soon as we are quantum traveling, we can talk a little bit about our progress we made so far. It looks like as if we would destroy the ship after we are finished here. Just not to bother the boxes, the empty boxes. Microtech 57 gigabytes. Be right back. This quantum drive is too fast, in a positive way, of course. It should be the TS2. I think it's not even a customized or a crafted one, it's just the standard TS2. But the speed is awesome, mileage is awesome. And back in the day, it was like when we do quantum travel, that's why we also, when we are traveling in a group, when we are piloting, we always say how many gigamiles it is. So if you want to go AFK while quantum traveling, you kind of know how long you can be AFK until we reach the destination. And with this TS2 it doesn't work. Yeah, it just doesn't work. So can we roll? Roll the boat. Okay, so what we missed basically is our financial progress is now, we are over 60 mil. We had a goal set of 25 mil, and then patch 4.8.1 came along, 4.8.2, 4.8.3 now, and the 4.9 we heard had a delay, and that made us increase the progress even more, and we almost reached our definite goal of 100 mil. And so making this progress now, it looks like as if we will reach that goal pretty fast as soon as we can grind in 4.9. As far as, of course, the elevators will work, you never know. Now we have our crime stat 2 is basically parking violations, because a lot of people park and abandon their ships on the pads, and there's a big fat booty of the Iranclit. It's difficult. Now we feel a performance drop. It's a little bit too rough. Sunset Bear is here. Almost superhero landing. Do we have working elevators in this shot? Yep. Now we have the problem that we need to find out which one of these green boxes, the 2 SU boxes, are the sunset berries. 12 SUs, that would mean 3, if you count correctly. No, 6. Damn. Find the 6 boxes. That is the challenge here. What we can do is we can abandon these empty ones. A waste of time, basically, and trashing around. Yeah, next time. Yeah, well, we thought that we can auto unload, which actually worked when it comes to selling, but not the loading part. And if it would have worked, only the sunset berries would have left inside the ship. That was the idea, that was the plan. Plan failed. And when the patch actually comes tomorrow, Wednesday or Thursday, it doesn't really matter when we trash around here. They will clean up anyways. Sunset berries, first box. Yeah, and the greatest effect. Sunset berries, second box. 6, should be 6 boxes. 12 ASUS. Way too many boxes. Don't really know what needs to be required in order to create those empty boxes. It's a mystery. Yeah, and the physics code is great. As you can see, boxes flipping around as if they are made out of rubber. Yeah, we could afford to abandon the sunset berries, but money is money, and the end goal is still 100 mil, so we do not give away just so. 2, 3, 4. That is 8 SCUs. 2 more boxes. One more. Yeah, here. All right. We keep the rest. Should be 12 SUs. 12 SUs. Yeah, by now we have absolutely no idea what 4.9 will bring. A lot of people talk about YouTubers, content creators, chillers, influencers, but we absolutely don't care. Because the deliverance of the Iranclit, once it was released, that broke something in us when it comes to Star Citizen in general. And one consequence out of that break is definitely we do not spend any more IRL money into this project. That thing is gone. But also the interest in general, when people talk about the progress, we don't care about the progress anymore. We just want to have a stable system, a stable and working system, so that we can enjoy what is already there and don't wait or longing for stuff that maybe come out next patch or 2 years. In 2 years time window, we do not care. We live now and we want to have joy now. And most of the time, or sometimes, we can actually enjoy Star Citizen. Alright, fresh food is out, new beverage. Bitch. This is an awesome feature. especially around microtech. That you do not need to go into atmosphere or out of atmosphere before you can quantum travel. Very cloudy today. Where is spaceport? Should be behind the clouds. Would make sense to hide and make it more difficult for the players. Yeah, and there's the Bensworth Tower. Kinda looks like a storm. Is that something new? So eerie empty today. Let's have a check if we can sail directly out of the ship. That would be awesome. That was a superhero landing. Zombies. Yeah, we can make a bet how much we will have at the end of the day. Is it closer to 65 mil or is it closer to 70 mil? We would bet it would be closer to 70, but we will see soon. Because we are not the only traders out there. There are a lot of traders, and we noticed that a lot of players do clean the houses as well. They want to get rid of all the boxes before the patch drops. Today is Trading Tuesday. Means on Tuesday usually not a lot of people are on the way. But on the weekends we even noticed a lot of people doing trading. See, we don't see the ship here. Either it is parking skills, there is a specific spot where you need to be, or especially not to be, in order to be able to select the ship, or it is really shard based. Some shards support selecting your ship and some don't, or it is just a parking skill. And this time we actually can say we didn't park well. Yeah, we want to have those short paints. So we don't sell here. We go over to Lowville for Dimensium. Just because we do not want to take our fly over to the spaceport, land and store, and come back. Here that takes too much time for not much actually. It's weird, never seen so clean air. Yeah, I can remember 2 years ago, this particular walk down here was our very first experience once we logged in the very first time. And we had been afraid not finding our way back, and here were plenty of ships landed upside down, and we didn't know how gaming works, how Star Citizen works. So we didn't really walk that far away and went back in to get into our hangar. But that was our very first walk down this slope. And this is our parking skill here. Maybe that is the reason why we couldn't select. Maybe we do a test run in 4.9 to find out what is plausible, how to park, and what is not good. If that feature still remains, of course, because we don't know if they change something. A lot of people would say they fixed something, but most of the time it's just a change back and forth. This was the way how you did commodity trading back in the days, before they released the freight elevators, prior to Star Citizen Alpha 3.20. Yeah, 3.24. We started out in 3.23. In July 24. Unbelievable. So then Caltech, we have boxes. Obstructed. And something they changed on the graphics. We noticed a few days ago they changed something at the graphics. Usually we go to the big landing pad. For no real reason, it's just a habit. Let's have a check if the elevator works. Maybe that is the reason why we go to the big landing pad. If one elevator doesn't work, the next one is just close enough. But this time it could work. Looking good. Should we buy more? We buy more. When we get the opportunity of working elevators and having spare money, why not invest more? Yeah, 2 boxes, not that much. Yeah, and this is some sort of a habit, if you will. If you go to somewhere and you have money and you will picking up boxes anyways, why not picking up more boxes? Especially when they have the same destination of the other boxes you already have. So that means never fly empty, and also fly once, fool me twice. And then we need to figure out what we do with these ship components over here. Because these are, yeah, meanwhile they are bricked. When we salvage, they haven't been. It's basically useless. It's a pity for all the salvagers out there. Looks like the ship is moving. See? What the fuck? Yeah, the planets looked better once, back in the days. Not sure if that is some sort of a streaming issue. You can text down in the comments 65 or 70. What do you think what we will have at the end? Dimension Neon. Devlin, we need to go to Devlin. Do we have drinks on us? Ah, here we have atmosphere, interesting. Yeah, we'd say 70. We'd say 70 mil. Closer to 70 than. This ship is awesome. Meanwhile, it's really awesome. Big, fat, and slow, but in general, awesome. As it should be. It's really a bummer how they released it. Nobody's here. As if nobody's playing today. Too close. No. It's perfect. Hope we don't get visitors. Last time we had been here on Dublin, someone in a Mustang tried to attack us. Awesome. Neon out. Come on. Sell it. 2.3. Yep. We already have basically 65. You can make another guess. Do we make even 75? We still stay on the 70. Yeah, make your guess. It would be awesome to see. I mean, what do we have? We got Mentum. That would be the last one. We will go over to Hurston in order to the fresh food. And at the very end we will do the mentum, because the mentum is not that many. Did they say 80 ASUS or something? And usually we do buy the mentum not because of profits, just to fill up the ship. Basically fill up the gaps in between. Alright, 38 gigamiles, we will be right back. Sind wir schon da? Here we are. Sometimes it sounds like a supercharger. And of course, nighttime. Also no ships. Where is everybody? No, I see lights. Yeah, there is a ship. 17. Yeah, when it comes to the fixes of the Iranclit, the radar is the only one missing feature that would complete the Iranclit, basically. But maybe that will be remaining, like the 80-20 principle. Do not complete the product 100%. 80% is okay. The idea of completeness and quality is nowadays decreased. Yeah, I think this one is the wrong one. No, we can spawn ground vehicle here. And the Hermes is floating. Okay. Too big, too heavy, too slow. But here we should find some loot boxes with drinks in it. Superhero landing. Check the elevators. Looking good. Looking very good. Checking the price. We would have damn luck if we would have here 29k per SU. No loot box. No, 24. Bad price. But what we could do is we could sell the 8 SU boxes. That is something that we could do here. That will give us 3k profit per SU. And then we will need to find the other one that gives us 29k per SU for the ones we bought at Shepherd's Rest. To make a buck. We don't even know the prices we pay for fresh food at Shepherd's Rest. We don't really care. Nah. Sunset Berries should give us some liquid.
Welcome to the ASUS Vehicle Retrieval System. Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Vehicle, please visit us again.
Oh, awesome. So we will do here something really gamish, absolutely not simulator-like. We will park the Ursa here, protected from our ship. Yeah, physics code. No! What are you doing? Just leave, come on. Don't waste more time here. So we will set our respawn point into the Ursa. Nobody's here. Why is nobody here? $498, 70 here. Are they all doing this red thing? I can't, so... kind of weird that this little ladder is able to lift up the whole ship. Okay, Hadley 24. We go to Titus first. This little thing is super fucking fast. It is the fastest vehicle in the whole world by now. Unfortunately, not an anvil ship, but to fulfill a purpose, we may make an exclusion, an exception. Helicopter flying. Oh, hovering. Hurry, hurry, hurry. $27K, not that good. Titus, Stanhope. What was this? Titus 37. 27. It might be that we need to go here because this will be the highest price, but we don't hope so. Then hope so. And the last one would be Pinewood. Usually Pinewood has not that very often. 29K. Phone's ringing. We found the location. Pinewood, it is. Yeah, we already have 65 mil. So if you still want to make a guess, you will feel free. We do now a game-ish thing. We will backspace and go back to the Iranclit. Hope it works. No! No! No. Oh, damn. This is not what we considered. No, no, no. Now we are back at Lambda. That's gonna take a while. Oh shit, damn it. Why? It worked a couple of times. We could have saved. Just because we wanted to have not wasting much time. But now we're wasting even more. Because we need to fly back to Stanton and from Stanton to Hurston. All long distances. Damn it. And with that, of course, the risk that somebody else starts selling stuff at Pinewood. Oh, holy crap, motherfucker, just open the fucking door.
Welcome to the ASUS vehicle retrieval
Which
system.
one?
Your vehicle has been moved to our storage facility. Your please visit.
Yeah, when you are waiting on something, it always takes long. Yeah, 70 gigamiles. Pooh. We will be right back. Yeah, don't do gamey stuff in a simulator. Yeah, that one is very slow. Very slow quantum drive here. Chose the wrong ship. Just don't touch the ship, otherwise we will get crime set 3. But gotta say, the quantum fuel efficiency isn't that bad. It is just slow. first time for a very long time in a small ship in the hole. $50.82. Yeah, we are back in Stanton. Hadley. Be right back. Sind wir schon da? Ist es noch weit? Bis noch weit weg? 26 Gigabytes. Sind wir bald da? Almost there. Finally, then we can finish it off today. No! Oh. Almost a bit too harsh. Yeah, just don't crash and explode and redo that all over again. Now, how much time we wasted? Half an hour. Just because we did a gameish thing in a space simulator. Let's Star Citizen. Yeah, just don't do gameish things. You waste too much time. Almost there. Yeah, that was a lesson we learned. Don't do gamey stuff inside Star Citizen. It will punish you hard. And we may even risk that we don't have the 29k per SCU anymore, just because somebody else went to Pinewood and sold some stuff. And within half an hour, there could be 3 cycles, maybe less, but just 1 cycle is too much. And we are now in the risk that we don't have the 29 anymore. Even if we would have 27 and not below, we will sell anyways, but it's just a pain. So the big moment is here. Yeah, you still can guess, do we have 70 mil or do we be closer at 70 mil or even closer to 75 mil? We stick to 70 mil, but the chance is high that we will have 75 at the end. Come on, open the fucking doors. Why is it locked? Jesus motherfucking Christ. Superhero landing. Elevator still seems to work. Yeah, nobody was here, at least not on this shot. Still 29, awesome. Yeah, make your guess before we open up the ramp. Because as soon as you've seen how many fresh fruits we have... Oh, you can wait until we see how many ASUS we have on fresh food. Plenty. Six of these boxes fit into the elevator. No, not this one. 16 SUs. Why is it all of a sudden so slow, this tractor beaming? So 6 are down there. 9 times 16 SCUs. Do we have more? No, that's all the 16 SCUs. Let's have a check how the mixture will go. Come on. Big moment, very big moment. 70 mil or 75 mil. Make your guess. Make your guess. We stick to 70 mil. We have 75, 65. Oh, that's new. Since when do we have the contracts available? And this time we need to be careful because we need to select the 16 SCUs first. So 3.8 mil. Damn fucking bullshit. It did auto select, did it? Damn. We need to come back. Yeah, but like we said, closer to 70 mil. And yet not sold everything. Low wheel, and then we are done for today. Took longer than expected, way longer than expected. And it looks like as if they implemented something like a fix that you cannot sell more than the inventory max. That makes sense. But it was awesome to make a lot of bucks with this feature. pine wood. Yeah, what do we need to have? Do we need to have a tier 1 med bed in order to be able to respawn within the same system? Or is a T2 also good enough? Because now we know a T3 is definitely not. It's raining on us.
There is a landing pad of it. Touchdown. Welcome to Lorville.
Lowell. Yeah, just have your healing tool in your hands and you don't get damage. Yeah, well, now is the question, do we make 70 mil or are we below? And we will say we will stay below, because this few dimension doesn't make the deal.
Your vehicle, please.
Almost there. Yeah, but we can basically close it in for today.
Be considerate to your fellow travelers.
We will not make 70 mil. Yeah, but quite the progress. We would say 60 mil is okay, 68 is also okay. Better than we expected, to be honest. And once we manage to get 100 mil, or let's say more than 100 mil, then we are providing the money for the mole and focus us on rep grinding on Covalex in order to get blueprints for the quantum drives and then start crafting. Yeah, not us, but someone in the crew. The No Man's Scrap crew. Because it makes a difference if you do commodity trading or even contract hauling. If you have a better quantum drive, that saves you a lot of time. Because of distance, less quantum, less refueling, and just the bigger distances. The bigger distance you can reach, and the travel time that it reduces. Especially when you do it interstellar, from Stanton to Pyro, or even Nix, long distances. This is something that you really will notice. If you have, like, let's say a stock military A component compared to the stock component, you will definitely feel a difference. And even if you measure it, you will measure it that you will spend less travel time and less refueling times with better quantum drives. And that is what we are will focus on in Star Citizen Alpha 4.9 next patch. And up until then, or let's say until the next patch or after patch drops, we will hear how the commodities, especially the mined commodities with higher quality, if they remain if they remain, or if you lose it during the patch drop. That is something that we will see. And yes, we made it up to 70 mil. Yeah, we would say this is it for today.
Right.
Yes, we are totally alright. Thanks for asking. Yeah, and thanks for watching. See you next time. Next trip.